Now, before we jump into the sisterly love that was the Shion episode, can I just say that looking at something as simple as a curry cook-off and seeing the lengths that Sadako goes for the most mundane things just so she can win, it really does highlight just what she's been doing to who should be her best friend, Rika, and the lengths she would go just so she can have what she wants. Ruining people's dinner to killing people over and over until you get what you want. That is some twisted shit, I have to say, and honestly, I think it's great to see a curry cook-off as the intro to this episode, because it really does remind you just how much of a she needs to win mentality she has. And while you could probably, I think if we saw it, say, at the beginning of Go, before realizing that she was definitely the one looping alongside Rika, we would say, wow, that's pretty shitty to do, but that's just Sadako. She's a bit of a, she has too much of a win mentality, but hey, at the very least, she ain't doing anything crazy. And now that we see it, now we're like, you know what, that's actually kind of a little insane that you go that far just so you can win your curry cook-off. Like, god damn. Now, one of the many, I think, fun things about Go was trying to figure out where was Mion and where was Shion, because they're identical twins, right? It's very difficult to figure out who's who. And I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, the only thing that I think I got right in Go was who actually delivered food to Keiichi. Because other than that, it pretty much was like, oh, it's the complete opposite of what I thought. I think one of the best indicators is like the phone call, because when originally because in Go, we see it from Keiichi's perspective. He gets the phone call, he's getting asked, hey, did all four of us go inside that shed? Why the hell would the person who went inside the shed with you ask you? No, it clearly has to be the other, right? They're trying, we're building up, there's that paranoia, and nope, it wasn't, and I was just so blown away by how it really makes you content in what you think you're seeing, but then when you finally get those answers, it's completely different. And, I mean, after last week, did she get injected in her ass? Was it put in the drink? My money is still on the drink. And what would happen? And to see how it was very subtle buildup, and the thing that actually pushed her over the edge, seemingly, was the jealousy of Keiichi going with her sister. And to make matters worse, Sadako, the little shit, constantly would encourage that negative thought process from the curry cook-off to things like that, just making sure that she knows that her sister and Keiichi are spending a lot of quality alone time. And to see the build-up, and I especially love the fact that she snaps out of it and then goes back into her psychotic rage, it's so interesting because to see something that I really never expected to go that way, simply has a taser, ready to use it need be, trying to talk with Keiichi, and then to see her snap and to see how unfazed she was at literally bolts of electricity in her face. She is so frightening, and it's very interesting because it's not like it's a random stranger where you could argue, hey, she had the taser, why didn't she attack? It's her sister, right? That's something that you don't really expect your family member to go slashing or choking or doing this or that, so you naturally don't want to screw over her. And to see the Shion dynamic there, and how I really thought it was an electrocution, right? I thought that's what was going to happen, makes the most sense. So when she doesn't do it, I thought, oh, this clearly is going in a different direction. And then to see the strangle, and to see that was bad enough because they detailed it flawlessly in the worst but best possible way. It's bad enough when you see someone like foaming at the mouth and unable to breathe, needing to catch their breath, but to see her snap out and actually regret it immediately, it's so interesting to see the different mentalities different people have when essentially going crazy. It was sad. It honestly, I think, was on par with, it wasn't last week, maybe it was the week before, I think it was 2 weeks ago, where Rika basically stabbed herself over and over with the kitchen knife in order to try to remember going into the next loop. I think it was as painful as that. Even though visually that was a worse death, to see a sister so remorseful as if, did I actually do that? And to just be so broken, but then to go back into that mentality of like, I'm gonna go kill grandma real fast and I'm gonna make sure Keiichi survives. Everything is lining up so much more clear in this arc, and I really appreciate how Go and Sotsu, like, even without Sotsu, you think the arcs make sense, but then when you see it from the other perspective, like I said last week, it's almost like, even though we're treading over the same territory, the difference in perspective makes it feel completely new. That Keiichi phone call between Shion as well as Keiichi, I mean, that was, without a doubt, I thought so easy to figure out from his perspective. Seeing it from hers, completely different playing field. Because one of the most brilliant things about the paranoia is from Keiichi's perspective when he starts asking questions and he's getting frantic and basically he has so much anxiety and she hangs up on him. You think, oh shit, she now understands that I know and now we gotta get real paranoid. Nope, she hung up because she was about to get murdered by her sister. It is so cool to see what actually caused things, and really, when you put yourself in Keiichi's perspective and go, it's very easy to be paranoid alongside him. The door, to the phone calls, to the doll, things like that, right? And it's so great to finally see what's been building up to that. And honestly, it's going to be interesting to see because I feel like, if memory serves correctly, this arc can be finished by next episode. Maybe 2 more episodes, but I don't think so. I think we'll definitely wrap up the Shion Keiichi sort of situation next week. Even if not, I mean, granted, with how fresh this felt, I mean, I'm completely satisfied no matter what happens. But it's pretty heartbreaking and terrifying because rather than just going complete psychotic eyes like Sadako peeking through a gate or things like that, here we just have someone who is so strong-willed, and to see what actually set her off the edge is incredible. I'm honestly curious to see, because I don't remember if Rika was all that invested in this arc. I think it really was just the doll. So most likely, I think we're just going to see things mostly through probably Mion's perspective for the remainder of next week's episode. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen and a little terrified after Keiichi's thrown in the jail cell. I believe that should happen next week. I think that was bad enough to see it from his perspective. To see it from hers, it will be very interesting. I mean, it's just, there's so many mysteries about what's going on here, and I love how, rather than needing to directly do things in the worst possible way, characters who are clearly have romantic feelings for Keiichi can be edged on in such a way to cause such chaos and annihilation. And honestly, had they not gone to the doll shop, probably that never would have happened. There probably wouldn't have been enough to really push her over the edge. It would have happened eventually, but I don't think it would have happened that night, right? And that's pretty heartbreaking to figure out and just realize that just everything makes sense, but you wish it didn't. You wish that the answers of why things are happening aren't the way that it is, right? You know, you wish Sadako just didn't do this, and I know everyone has the same agreements, like how in the actual hell is Sadako going to be redeemed? How is Rika going to forgive? What's going to occur? And honestly, I think there's a good argument to be made for every single side, whether it's she doesn't forgive, she does forgive, she makes her forget, they team up to defeat X character, like there's so many different ways, right? But I mean, seriously, the graduation season of Higurashi is not playing around. It is so good, and I think the directing is even better this time around than even compared to Go. But I think the main reason I like it so much is because I'm still fresh with Go in my mind, remembering why the directing felt so ominous there. Seeing it from here, you know, most of the ominous stuff, it was a red herring. You weren't supposed to actually be fearful of it, but you naturally were because the paranoia sinks in same way it does for Keiichi. And to see what actually caused the paranoia and how it wasn't a threat and the things that were a threat we completely glossed over until it was too late. Such good directing, such good directing. I think the curry scene, while as cute as it can be perceived, it was probably one of the best indicators that Sadako is a winomaniac. You know, she wants to win no matter what, and it's pretty sad to see how far she's gone. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on the Shion arc, and where do you think it's going to go with next week? Now that we're finally seeing it from the other perspective, what do you hope to see, and what do you think will definitely change our perception of what happened in Go? Let me know down below, drop a like to help promote the video, and subscribe if you're new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.